is be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's talk about two theories I have as to what I think is going to be the future of these stars and all of the PR stunts that they're now doing, from Vanderpump Rules to The Valley to maybe some spinoffs that we don't even know about yet. So first, let's talk about Jax Taylor and Tom Sandoval were both just on Watch What Happens Live, and he was there with his girlfriend, Victoria. Now, word on the street, and this is from Reality Blurb, it's been on the internet, that after Watch What Happens Live, Tom Sandoval and Victoria unfollow each other. Billy Lee unfollows Tom and his girlfriend, Victoria, and then she starts to follow Jax Taylor. Okay? So this is from Reality Blurb, and I'm going to tell you what I think is going on here. It says Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson, sparked breakup rumors on Tuesday after it was confirmed that the couple had unfollowed one another on Instagram, following a night out with Jax Taylor, whom Sandoval appeared alongside with on Watch What Happens Live. Sandoval and Victoria briefly unfollowed one another before refollowing each other, just as Sandoval's former Vanderpump Rules co-star Billy Lee unfollowed them both. On May 7th, Bravo Babe on Instagram confirmed the unfollows with a series of screenshots. After the Watch What Happens Live taping last night, Sandoval, Victoria, and Jax went out together. This morning, Victoria and Sandoval unfollowed each other, and Billy Lee unfollowed both of them. Something happened at Watch What Happens Live, the fan page suspected. Along with the screenshots, Bravo Babe asked her followers, what could it be? Many of them had ideas. Ha ha ha, did Jax bang Victoria? One person asked. Not Victoria and Jax, another proclaimed. This smells like a classic Jax Taylor bomb drop. My guess is that he exposed something Tom said or did that made Victoria and Billy mad, suspected a third. Another Instagram user noted that the biggest crap happens after Watch What Happens Live, giving a nod to Sheena Shea, learning about Sandoval's affair with Rachel Leviss after their joint appearance on the late night talk show in March of 2023. As fans continue to wonder what might have happened to cause the unfollows, however, things seem to come back together, at least for Sandoval and Victoria, who were first linked to one another at the end of last year. Just hours after the report was shared, Sandoval has refollowed Victoria, Jax, and Billy, and Victoria has refollowed Sandoval, Jax, and Billy. As for Jax, he is following Sandoval and Victoria, but Billy is not following any of them. All right. I think... Ooh, sorry, you guys. 1 second. My headphones fell. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My headphones fell. I think that those are fun thoughts, but this is my thought. And we're going to take off our viewer hat and we're going to put on our executive candy cane producer hat. To me, I think that because Vanderpump Rules is on pause and because the Valley is becoming a hot mess, I would not be surprised if this is nothing but planting the seeds for Tom Sandoval and Victoria to join the Valley next season. Because as we know, Jax, Tom Sandoval are back being friends. Their little feud, their on again, off again feud that they always have going on is off, and they're back being friends. Jax and the publicist and the two Toms were just hanging out in Canada. Jax and Tom were on Watch What Happens Live. They were buddy. Everything was cool. The two Toms and Jax are also doing the after show together. They are all kumbaya. And I think the cast for the Valley for next season, I don't think that Danny and Nia will be coming back. And I think that they're going to need to bring new people on the show and maybe shake it up a bit. Because if you guys are watching The Valley, I think it started out strong. But then when they started doing the whole show is now just a throw Kristen under the bus show, it's kind of losing it for me. Like, I watched the last episode and I was like, this is nothing but a crock of crap. Like it's bad at this point. At least for me. Let me know what you guys think about The Valley. I started out watching it and I really liked it at first, but I feel like it's just kind of gone to hell. And like this last episode, like Janet acting like she's the number one person in the group, disinviting Kristen to everything. Michelle is evil and insufferable. Jesse is insecure and pretending like he doesn't like Jesse was like, I want to become the man that Michelle wants me to be. Well, no, you should be the man that, who you are. And if she loves the man that you are, then that's great. But if she doesn't, then love yourself enough to walk away. Like it smells like a hot mess. It's not the, midlife crisis that I want to watch. Like it's too, I don't know. And the whole like Kristen is everybody's scapegoat and Jasmine being the number one pick me in the world. Like Jasmine, I don't know why they cast her. She has zero personality. I mean, zero personality. I don't even know. She doesn't smile. She brings nothing to the show. I'm super confused. To me, The Valley is kind of crashing and burning. I do think that they will be bringing it back for a second season, but I think that it's going to almost morph into almost a Vanderpump Rules not after show, but a Vanderpump, not even spinoff, I guess spinoff. That's what it's going to be. I think that they're going to bring in probably like a Lala and a Sheena, maybe Tom Sandoval, maybe Victoria. I think it's going to be more like Vanderpump Rules alumni. I think it's really going to morph into that. And all of this, like, they're unfollowing each other and all of this and what's going on. And to me, this is nothing, because don't forget, they're going to start filming soon. They're filming The Valley this summer, right? But they're not filming Vanderpump Rules. So Tom Sandoval needs a job, okay? Jax Taylor wants to keep his job at The Valley. This, to me, is nothing but planting seeds now to get them on the show and to have storyline for the show. And Victoria, I don't know if you guys watch What Happens Live, but Victoria, to me, and I'm not trying to be mean by any means, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I was so confused because it seemed like she didn't know where she was. She didn't know the time or the day. She seemed very confused. I was like, blink twice, Victoria. Like, is anybody home? Like, it was beautiful girl, but I mean, nothing. Well, excuse me, beautiful woman. I don't want to be canceled because I use the word girl, even though I call myself a girl. But like, no, like the lights are on, but nobody is home. Like I was confused. It was really bizarre. It was really weird. But to me, this is nothing but a stunt to create the waters for Vanderpump Rules alumni to join The Valley. Speaking of that, let's talk about the alleged falling out between Stassi and Katie Maloney. So this is from Dumas. It says, subject, VPR friends to foes. Expect a lot to come out at the reunion, but one thing that won't be shared that is known is that Stassi and Katie are no longer friends. The former VPR star is hashtag Team Lala. Okay. Now the corresponding article is from Reality Blurb, and Stassi sort of like weighs in. Stassi is responding after a source claimed that she and Katie Maloney, the dynamic duo who once ruled the roost on Vanderpump Rules, are, quote, no longer friends amid Stassi's growing friendship with Lala Kent. Throughout several seasons of the show, Katie and Stassi seem to control the friendship group, and certain stars have accused them of bullying. Now, however, Katie's perhaps more allied with Ariana, who is still enjoying her post-Sandoval fame, while Stassi has been off of the show since 2020. Expect a lot to come out at the reunion, said a source at Dumas. So we just read that part. Fans then reacted to the report. It makes sense, commented at Bravo Snarkside. We really never see them together anymore. Can't imagine why Haiti would have any friends, said another. I think they aren't as close because Stassi is in her mama era and Katie is in her single era, speculated a different user. Lots of friends are distant when they are at different points of their lives, probably still friends but don't hang out often. I think Katie has stuffed herself so far up Ariana's butt, she's gotten stuck, wrote a critic. Another fan added, Katie's become even more miserable than before, so it makes sense. But a different viewer shaded both Stassi and Katie. I never liked these two. They were mean girls when I used to watch, said the user. Maybe Stassi is nice now, but I wouldn't know. Surprisingly, Stassi took the comment section of a TikTok video created by @StephWithTheDeets regarding the blind item and reacted to the claim. She said, I need to step in here. I'm not on Vanderpump Rules. I am not on any team. That's not my life anymore, wrote Stassi on May 5th. I have individual friendships with people. Friendships ebb and flow without it being nefarious. And then she did a little heart. Okay, boo boo. Okay. This is the thing. This is the thing. And Katie also came out and said, no, Stassi and I are good. I don't see her as much as I want because she has 2 kids now. And, when you have kids, that changes things. But when I do see her, I love seeing her. Once she kind of gets a handle on having kids, it'll be different. And don't forget, Lala is expecting her second child. So Lala and this is the thing. Lala and Stacy bonded over having children. Stassi bonded over having children. And then they also bonded over the fact that they have very similar personalities. And when they were cheated on, the whole world said, you deserved it. These are women. These are beautiful, strong, opinionated women who, when they got cheated on, the whole world said, you deserved it. Who do you think you were? Giving BJs for Range Rovers. Stassi, you're mean. You deserved it. Lala, you deserved it. So they basically were like, I'm confused. When I was cheated on, the world told me I deserved it. But when Ariana gets cheated on, she's like exalted to this ultimate victim, ultimate martyr status. She becomes untouchable and she makes millions of dollars and gets all of these brand deals and movies and no one can touch her because she's Ariana who got cheated on. And we dissected this a bit. Unfortunately, in our society, you have to be a certain type of woman in order to be considered a victim. I don't mean that we think that way. I just mean that sometimes that's, the stereotype. Ariana, long suffering, always a B player, never really spoke up. She, fell in line with Tom Sandoval, long suffering girlfriend. So when she gets cheated on, everyone is like, yeah, that's horrible. That's bad. Blah, 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 blah. She suffered with Tom and blah, 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 blah. I think it would be very different if Tom Sandoval had, money and clout and influence the way Randall did or pretended to have, or if Ariana had more of a strong personality the way Stassi did. I think that if it had happened, it might be very different. It might have turned out differently. Because unfortunately, sometimes in our society, we look for people who are, quote, perfect victims. And if you don't fall into those characteristics, then you don't get the grace and the love and the fandom and the undying support, ride or die-ness, people all up in arms over Ariana being cheated on. When Lala had a whole child, she had a daughter that she had to flee her home with, and they really bonded over that. So I do think that there's some truth in that, how close Stassi and Lala are over everything that's happened. And then Katie and Ariana trauma bonding over their shared hatred of Tom Sandoval for 2 different reasons, but their shared hatred over him, and then something about her, and that's Katie's baby and everything. So do I think there's some truth to this? Yes. But do I also think there might be some very similar to what I think Tom and Jax is doing? I don't think that Stassi would ever join the Valley, but I would not be surprised if Stassi is working on some other reality TV show to star in. She's made it very clear she wants to come back to reality TV, but, quote, the project has to be right. And I bet you, and Katie also would never join the Valley. So do I think that maybe they're trying to drum up, because again, remember, Vanderpump Rules is on pause. Katie also needs a job. She won't be filming this summer. Stassi will never join the Valley because she doesn't want to. Katie won't either. So everybody's looking for jobs. Everybody's looking for storylines. So do I think again this might be a little bit of let's put some feelers out to see what our storylines could be, what our dynamics would be? Yeah, I do. I don't think that Stassi and Katie have had some massive falling out over Lala and Ariana. I don't think that. I don't think that. Do I think that Stassi and Ariana or Stassi and Lala are close? Yeah. Do I think that Katie and Ariana have an alliance? Yeah. I wonder how long that alliance will last. I think it depends on what happens with something about her. Now that the show is over, basically, let's just call a thing a thing. The show's over. I wonder how much that alliance will last. I think that will depend on how long something about her is open. Everybody's looking for a job. Lala and Sheena tried to save the show, but they couldn't. So now everybody's looking for a job, right? So do I think that maybe Stassi is working on a reality show of her own? Yes. Do I think that people plant things with Dumas? 1000%. Do I think that it's convenient to start planting certain storylines? I do. I do. So I kind of look at Lens through not so much a viewer, but more of my executive candy cane producer hat, where I'm like, people are looking for jobs, people are looking for storylines, people plant stuff all the time, people do PR stunts all the time. Isn't it a little bit convenient that, Jax and Tom are on Watch What Happens Live? All of a sudden, people are unfollowing each other, and now we're talking about it. Stassi has made it very clear she wants back on reality TV, but not on the Valley. Now, all of a sudden, there's a beef between her and Katie and Lala and Ariana and blah, 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 blah. It's a little convenient. It's a little PR stunt. And also, what made me kind of think it was more of a PR stunt than anything else is when does Stassi clap back in the comment section? She's not on the show. And how is she reading random TikTok stuff? And to the point where Reality Blurb just so happens to see the one comment that Stassi makes on somebody's TikTok account. And you want to tell me that's not a plant? You want to tell me that wasn't sent to them on purpose? Since when has Stassi been commenting on random folks' TikToks? It's not like she commented on Page 6 or Reality Blurb or In Touch or Us Weekly. She commented on somebody named @Steph with the Deets. How'd she find that? How'd she see it? How'd she know? Why is she commenting on somebody's TikToks? You see, you got to think about this stuff. So for me, I think everybody is looking for a job. And the people who still have them, like the people on the Valley, they're trying to keep their job because I think the Valley right now is crashing and burning. It's crashing and burning. Jesse and Michelle, they're not enough to keep the show afloat. Janet is a mean, insufferable person. She is mean and nasty. And she stirs the pot. And now she's trying to throw Chris. I mean, it's saying a lot when I think Kristen Doty is like the best part of the show. To me, that's saying a lot. Because Danny and Nia, I want them to protect their family and get off the show. They can go do a show for I don't know, Oxygen or HSN or I don't know, something else. Do something else. Don't do this show with these people, okay? Protect your family at all costs. It's not enough. Jasmine can go. Zach, I actually like Zach. He's doing the most. I like Zach. But it's not enough to carry a show. And it's crashing and burning. Jax and Brittany, hot dumpster fire. Brittany to me is insufferable. I actually feel bad for Jax. To be honest with you, I might do a video on this. I can't believe it, but I kind of feel bad for the majority of the guys. Like, when it comes to Jax and Brittany, I'm team Jax. When it comes to Michelle and Jesse, I'm team Jesse. Even on other shows, like Summer House, when it comes to Carl versus Lindsay, I'm team Carl. When it comes to, again, Summer House, when it comes to Amanda versus Kyle, I'm team Kyle. It's insane. But I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to back a woman just because she's a woman if I don't think she's right. And I'm not going to bash a man just because he's a man when I actually agree with his opinion or his stance or understand where he's coming from, you know? And so I don't know what's in the water, but I find myself understanding where the guys are coming from way more than the girls, way more than the women. And I have to say how I truly feel. I can't just be like, oh, all the men suck because they're men. That's not true. They're human beings too, you know? So it is what it is. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you really believe, Tom and Victoria are beefing? And one thing I will say, PSA, I don't want Billy on any of my screens. Just it's a universal no to Billy. To be honest with you, I don't mind Tom Sandoval and Victoria going on the Valley. I want to see Victoria talk again because it's so interesting and weird to watch. It's like, what is happening? Like, it's literally like it's a ghost town in her head. And I don't mean to be mean, like, just that's just like kind of what it is. She's like, what? What? Like, she didn't look like she knew where she was. I don't know what's going on there. But I don't need Billy anywhere on my screens ever again. I don't know. Billy just is bad news Billy to me. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that these are genuine beefs? Stassi and Katie randomly having a falling out? Or do you think people need jobs now? People need jobs. And so they're trying to get on shows. They're trying to get shows greenlit. And so the best way to do that is to build up buzz, to build up PR, to keep us talking, to keep social media talking, to create feuds, to create storyline, to create dynamics. I think it's more that people need jobs. Vanderpump Rules is over. Everybody is looking for a check, That's sort of what I think. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, I'm going to do one last story and then I'm going to open it up, you guys.